This Sunday, the landlord hosts the tenant in a London derby. In this video, we'll be breaking down the impact of this on the title race and exactly why Chelsea must destroy the European Virgins. But before we get into everything you need to know about this gargantuan preview, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. But if you have been following me for a while, you know the drills. Help your boy get to that 10k subscriber mark. Let's dive into it. Arsenal arrive at Stamford Bridge as Premier League leaders. And let's be honest, they are walking in with chest high. Arteta's side sits on 29 points, 9 wins, 2 draw and 1 loss. They just come off a week where everything could go right, did go right. They slapped Spurs 4-1 in the North London derby. They followed it up by bullying Bayern Munich 3-1 in Europe. Say what you want about them, but that's the form of a team that believe they are ready to snatch the title. But here is a real context people don't talk about. This Arsenal start wasn't clear. They were dropping silly points, a 2-2 draw at Sunderland, a 1-0 loss at Liverpool. And questions you are being asked, and then boom, Eberechi Eze turns into an anime character, drop a hat-trick, and suddenly Arsenal are 6 points clear. They have built momentum off the back of individual brilliance. And credit to them, they have squeezed every drop out of this squad, even while half of their regular starters has been sidelined. Defensively, they have been a nightmare to break down. 5 goals conceded in 11 matches, 7 clean sheets. That's title-winning defensive numbers. And up front, it's whether it's Saka, Martinelli or Gyökeres bullying centre-back like hounds. They have got enough variety in attack to hurt anyone. So yes, Arteta have every reason to feel confidence, but he's not stupid. He knows this derby drop in the middle of Champions League match day. He knows he might have to rotate again like he did against Bayern. One wrong decision will punish them. One wrong lineup, this whole flawless narrative cracks. And this is where the title race becomes real. Chelsea sits second on 23 points. We have clawed our way into this position, survived the early season chaos, and now we are finally breathing down on Arsenal's neck. If we win this game at the bridge, the gap shrinks just to 3 points. 3 points, that's nothing. That's one bad week from Arsenal away, from flipping the whole table upside down. It puts pressure on them, it gives us belief, and it sends a message to the league that Maresca project isn't just vibes, it's substance. But if Arsenal win, they go 9 points clear, and let's not lie, that's a mountain. Not impossible, but it gives them full control heading into December, the one period where this title race usually takes shape. And behind us, Manchester City are sitting on 22 points, waiting for one of us to sleep so they can drag themselves into another inevitable run. So this derby isn't just a derby. It's not just London pride. It's a hinge moment in the entire Premier League season. If we win, we keep the dream alive. But if Arsenal win, they tighten their grip on everything. And this is why the energy around Stamford Bridge is different for this one. We are not just trying to beat Arsenal, we are trying to tilt the title race back in our direction. And if you want this season to be about us, not about them, this is the night where we show it. Nothing gets the heart rating like this fixture. And if you ask me, Arsenal are a team I absolutely despise. No shame admitting it. They have always been a thorn in our side. That smug top of the table team, we can't wait to dismount. And history backs up that feeling. Overall, Arsenal leads the head-to-head, 82 wins to Chelsea 66, with 61 draws. On paper, it looks like they have the edge, but in recent season, that edge has been painfully real. Chelsea hasn't beaten Arsenal in a London derby for years. Our last win came in Emirates back in 2021-2022 season, a 2-0 victory that already feels like ancient history. Even in the most recent clash, March 16, 2025, ended 1-0 to Arsenal at the Emirates. Derbies are never about stats, they're about intensity, passion, and who wants it more on the day. And that's why this one feels different. We're not just looking to get the result, we are looking to send a message, to reclaim pride, to finally overturn this frustrating loop-sided trend that has been hanging over us like a storm cloud. And make no mistake, Arsenal will be coming in brimming with confidence. They have got the lead, 7 clean sheets, and a squad full of flair. We have got Maresca, we have got the bridge, and most importantly, we have got the grudge. Everything about this match screams revenge, and that's exactly the fuel Chelsea need to finally bite back. This isn't just a game, this is our chance to destroy these Arsenal demons, to turn the table and remind everyone why Stamford Bridge is our fortress. First, let's talk about real game changers for the Gunners, the ones we have to keep our eye on, because a moment of brilliance from them could ruin everything for us. Starting with Eberechi Eze. Since arriving from Crystal Palace, this guy has been on fire. I mean, he didn't just score, he practically demolished Spurs with a derby hat-trick. Eze is the kind of player who lives between the line, drifting into pocket spaces And when he has the ball, defenders know something is coming. If Chelsea lose concentration for a second, he can turn a simple pass into a goal. And that's exactly what worries me about this Arsenal side. And then we talk about Bukayo Saka, Arsenal's captain, an absolute menace on the right wing. Saka isn't just about pace, his vision, his creativity, his goals. He'll pick our defense apart with clever runs and incisive pass. This is the guy who makes Arsenal tick offensively, and we can't give him the slightest hint of space. On the left, Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli's space is a nightmare. He can stretch our back line, exploit half gap, and is clinical when given chance. And that tells you everything. If Chelsea aren't alert, he will make us pay. And then there is Rice, the midfield general, who does all the dirty work for Arsenal. He will sit in front of the defense and break up play, control tempo, and make life difficult for our midfielders. It turns Arsenal from a team into a machine. In short, these four are Arsenal's heartbeats. Stop them, you stop Arsenal. Let them get going, and we could be watching another classic London derby slip through our hands. And when it comes to formation, don't expect either side to hide. Both teams will likely line up attack-minded, 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-3. And this is where the chess game begins. Chelsea under Maresca are all about aggression, speed, taking the game to the opponent. Our philosophy is simple: press high, win the ball fast, and transition before defenders can reset. That double pivot of Enzo and Moses Caicedo isn't just about protecting the backline, it's about winning the ball in dangerous area. Once we do, the ball goes into pacey wide players who can stretch Arsenal back 4 in seconds. That Barcelona game gave us the blueprints: relentless pressing, punishing mistakes, and turning small moments into big goals. In terms of personnel, the absence of Kopama hurts us, but we have got Pedro Neto waiting down the wing, a guy with a knack for spectacular goals, and Leon Delap ready to stretch defense with movement and physicality. Rich James, our captain, will anchor the right flank, balancing attack and defense, while our centre-back Fofana or Chaluba, depending on fitness, marshals the backline with authority. Arsenal under Arteta, on the other hand, rely on fluid possession and defensive structure. They would like to build from the back, often with Martin Zubimendi or Eze as the central player, on a back four featuring Timber with Saliba and Mosquera at the heart. Then the midfield double pivot of Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi is disciplined, physical, imposing, with Rice often stepping up to attack and defense, while players like Saka and Martinelli stretch the pitch and interchange constantly. Arteta team are notorious for coordinated pressing blocks, especially effective against low compact defense. So what will this battle look like? Arsenal are likely to try to dominate possession, control the midfield, forcing Chelsea to chase and play reactively. But we aren't here to sit back. Maresca's blueprint is clear: disrupt, counter, and exploit Arsenal's high line with wide speed and vertical balls. The key will be winning midfield battle early, cutting off Rice's influence. In short, this is more than just tactics. This is coalition of style. Chelsea intensity, pace, high pressing versus Arsenal structure, control, and creativity. Whoever imposes their game plan first could define the match. So here is how we set up for this one. It's our usual 4-2-3-1, but always there is nuance in role and personnel. In goal, it's Robert Sanchez. And listen, this is not the Sanchez from that nightmare 2-2 draw back in October 2023, the one where the Bozo made the headline. No, this is a changed man. He's shown growth, resilience, focus. Now he's ready to make up for those past mistakes. Expect him to be decisive, commanding, and ready to keep Arsenal firepower at bay. Right back, I'll be going one of the best in the league, Rich James. We know exactly what he brings: energy, creativity, defensive intelligence. But don't be shocked if Maresca pushes him slightly into midfield, especially if Gusto is fit. James gives us tactical flexibility and steady presence on the flank. A centre-back pairing of Ben White and Trevor Chaluba, with Fofana being carefully managed, so he gets rested for now. But this pairing has worked before: balanced, disciplined, and capable of handling Arsenal space up front. They will be key in containing Gyökeres or Mikel Merino. And at left back, simply puts the best left back in the world right now, Marc Cucurella. Expect him to lock down Saka again, provide width on counter, and a dual threat that Arsenal will need to account for consistently. A double pivot of Andrey Santos and Moses Caicedo. This is where the game will be decided. Andrey Santos has been in scintillating form, scoring against Burnley and shining in cameo against Barcelona. Caicedo is the engine, aggressive, intelligent, and able to link defense to attack. Together they are going to fight for every ball, dictate the tempo, win here, and we control the match. In the third, it's Enzo Fernandez. He played the same way he did against Barcelona, pushing forward with the ball, driving play, tucking in when needed. Enzo is the creative spark, the one who is going to unlock tight spaces in Arsenal compact setup. Wingers, I'll be going with Pedro Neto on the right. Our top scorer in the league and in red hot form. He's going to be pivotal, stretching the Arsenal backline and providing those dangerous 1v1 situations. And then Gittens on the left. The competition between him and Garnacho has pushed him to new heights. Expect him to electrify this week, exploit space and put pressure on Arsenal left hand side. And then the striker. I'll be going with Liam Delap, brimming with confidence. After his first Champions League goal against Barcelona, he will occupy the centre back, keep them busy, create spaces for our wingers to exploit. Delap is the focal point of attack, and if he holds this line well, Chelsea will dominate the wide area. So here is the full predicted 11. Sanchez, James, Badioshu, Cucurella and Chalobah at the back. Santos and Caicedo in midfield. A front four of Delap, Enzo and Neto. And for the results, I'll be going with a hard-fought 2-1 Chelsea win. And with that said, that's the end of the video, my friends. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. It go be.